Hey, get in here. Dallas is about to start.
Welcome to the Ewing Barbecue. We're a Dallas rewatch podcast where we rewatch and review every single episode of Dallas one at a time. We even have a Dallas drinking game that can be found on our website, ewingbbq.com. Can we buy you a drink? My name is Mary.
I'm Josh, and I'll take any drinks that anyone wants to send my way. Thank you.
I'm Melanie, and I prefer craft beer. You had no idea, did you?
Oh, no, none. It's totally shocking to me. Beer.
Zero.
You drink beer? No way.
And Sarah is off trying to help negotiate the Tundra Torque situation this evening.
Sarah really likes the Tundra Torque.
Sarah really does like the Torque. Yes, she does.
She's a fan.
She's trying to feel her way through the Tundra Torque.
Yes, she is.
which is what Holly was doing with JR's Tundra Torque last week at the end of the episode.
Oh,
yeah. Well, let's see where that goes tonight.
Hey, you should join us on Patreon because there's a whole new community thing on Patreon. So there's a chat where we can all talk. You can become a member for free. And we are now, as of today, we are going to be posting our episodes regularly on your favorite podcast catcher. But we're also going to have a video version that is going to be on our YouTube channel. And it is also going to be on our Patreon feed. So if you become a free member of our Patreon, our video version of this, so it's just like our podcast, but you get to see our silly faces. So,
and
sorry, not sorry.
We've noticed that the numbers of the video versions, at least on YouTube, are up when we post video.
Yeah. My kids have been telling me for years that we should be doing YouTube, and I'm like, and they're right, as usual.
And with the panel from the Hollywood show, over 13,000 views, and even the 3Ds, the video has a higher number of viewers than the audio version. So
yeah.
So we'll give it.
We're trying to give you what you want. So
we'll give it a bash, as the British say.
Right. But we'd like to thank our Patreon supporters who've been supporting us for a time now. That is Brendan Fillick, Captain America, Amy Hara, Brad Mulholland, Marie Johnson, Michael Jung, Jennifer Delicato, Laura Bernheim, Carl Reinsch, Anita Wren, and Kristen Carlano.
Cheers.
And
Thank you.
Cheers. You say Michael Ewing. I keep thinking you're saying Ewing. Is it?
Right. That's why that's his little joke. I guess it's a Dallas in joke because Jung means young in German, but it sounds like Ewing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So an honorary member of the Ewing clan.
Yes, for sure. And also, you could be watching this right now. I don't know, but we are now live on Twitch. We're going to be recording live on twitch.com or sorry, not .com, twitch.tv.
.com.
.com. Hey,
Get
fellow
kids.
Obviously, I'm super
on the
cool.
Google.
Shizzle, get the Dizot Kizams out there. Ooh.
We're trying to do all the things. So yeah, we're trying the Twitch. So if you would like to follow us we are twitch.tv/EwingBBQ and follow us. And then we will put our schedule when we're recording and then you can watch us and you'll probably see lots of bloopers and, other random shenanigans. And then we can chat at the same time. And if we get enough people on there, we could start playing bingo and stuff and doing some, just fun things. So please join us.
And bingo was his name. So So let's see. Yesterday, I had the pleasure of recording an upcoming episode of After the Barbecue. It's my first attempt at a actor or actress profile. Basically, we had Deb Trinelli on. We learned her background before Dallas, her stage work. She even provided some rare pictures of herself in some of her roles, including 13 years old in The Sound of Music. Not the movie, but stage version in upstate New York. And we recorded for about an hour and a half, and apparently that went out on Twitch. So if anyone was popping around, they might have seen some of that. And then we chatted for another hour after that. She will be at Chiller this coming weekend with Dallas co-star Jenna Lee Harrison. And they are having a duo photo op, the two of them. So it's a kind of a Dallas Three's Company thing because they were both on Three's Company. Barbara Eden's at the Hollywood show in June. And that's June 7th and 8th. Oh, Nicholas Hammond, who played in 3 episodes of Dallas when Lucy was doing that ad campaign, and he was the guy that was hitting on her. He is going to be at Super Mega Fest in Natick, Massachusetts, coming up in a couple months.
Cool.
And that is it for appearances at the moment. Jordana Brewster has a birthday on April 26th. She will be 44. And on the anniversary of her first birthday, which was 1981, April 26th, Jim Davis passed away. So that would be 43 years ago tomorrow, since we are... No, day after tomorrow.
In 2 days, because we were recording on April 24th. 2024.
Yes. All these dates are palindrome dates, 4/20/24 through 4/29/24. So if you write them backwards, they are 4/20/24, 4/21/24. So they are all the same backwards.
Huh.
All these dates.
Interesting. Yeah.
Yes.
Palindromes. I love that movie, Palindromes.
Right. Rise to vote, sir.
Anyone else a Todd Solondz fan? Chime in the chat. Let me know. He's one of my favorite writer-directors. I love him. He did, his most famous movie was Welcome to the Dollhouse. I don't know if you've seen it.
I think I've heard of that. Or I've heard
really,
of
really
the Dollhouse.
The most accurate portrayal of middle school I've ever seen. And yes, I was Wiener Dog. Okay, so tonight...
On that note...
we are talking about Season 6, Episode 26. Episode 129 of the series. Things ain't going too good at Southfork.
No, they ain't.
I saw you and Holly. Bed.
You two, Ellen, don't fly off the handle. I can explain all of this.
Don't you touch me!
Darling.
What is Katherine to you?
Right now, Katherine is about the best friend I have in the whole world. And that's it. Final, period.
You go to sleep.
No.
Helmet hair.
Oof.
What? I want to know who they put in that car for that rollover, because there were people in there. Some people,
you could see the person in the car, like, moving.
Yeah.
It was written by Leonard Katzman, directed by Gunnar Hellstrom. I love that name.
Who appeared in the show several years later when they went to Austria.
Oh, right. I was like, I know that there's some fun fact about him, but I couldn't remember what it was. And this aired April 15th, 1983, which is 41 years and 9 days ago.
Tax day.
Yep, tax day. Was it tax day in 83? I wonder. I don't know. I didn't do taxes then. I don't know.
Probably not in Massachusetts or Maine if Patriots Day fell on that day.
Patriots Day wasn't a thing until after 2001.
Patriots Day has always been a thing in Massachusetts.
Anyway, continue.
Maybe Maine adopted it later, but
Patriots Day seems like a 9/11 thing, but I don't know. I have no idea. That's an East Coast thing.
It's when the revolution, the Lexington Concord battle took place in Massachusetts. So they commemorate it every year on. It used to be April 19th, but then they moved it to the third Monday of April.
Oh.
And then Maine adopted it or went along with it because they were part of Massachusetts up until 1820.
So I'm going to toss in my Maine native card because I knew this at one point in my life and then I didn't. This is observed by Massachusetts, Maine, Florida, Wisconsin, Connecticut, and North Dakota.
I didn't know about those other states until...
Yeah, that's a random assortment of states.
I thought Patriots Day was...
I think those other states adopted it in recent years because they were not always...
No, hang on. Oh. There's Patriot Day and Patriots Day. That's what I was thinking of.
Patriots Day, I bet, is a 9/11 thing.
Oh, well.
Or Patriot Day. Patriots Day is the Massachusetts with the S.
I don't like that word anymore. I don't like what it's become.
Yeah, it's been co-opted. But anyway, so on April 15th, 1983, the #1 song in the U.S. was still Billie Jean by Michael Jackson.
Because of course it was.
In the UK, it's Let's Dance by David Bowie.
Solid.
Yeah. And the #1 film is called Lone Wolf McQuade.
When you're the best, you do things with style. J.J. McQuade is the best. He's a lone wolf lawman in the Lone Star State. Lone Wolf McQuade, starring Chuck Norris, David Carradine, Barbara Carrera, and Leon Isaac Kennedy.
Sounds familiar, but...
Yeah, I don't know. I forgot to look it up. Sorry.
Oh, well.
So, top news story from this day was Tokyo Disneyland opened.
Woohoo!
And that's it. And on Dallas.
And now they're closing Space Mountain over there and redoing it. On Dallas, this episode went from 4 to 3. So it climbed a little bit here. You'll notice that the last scene of episode 128 is replayed at the beginning of this episode. And some of the cast and the crew actually returned to Dallas for on-location shooting for the last scene of the episode, which we won't spoil until we get there because we'd like to. But you probably saw it. The title of this episode almost repeated in season... I would just say episode 279 because Barbara Curran does the episodes or the seasons differently.
Yeah.
Episode 279 was called Things Ain't Going Too Good at Southfork Again.
Part 2, Electric Boogaloo.
It's electric, boogie, oogie, woogie.
Yeah.
And if that is the episode that I think it was, you can go on. I'm just going to look this up for my own peace of mind.
Alrighty. So we open on exactly where we left off last episode, as Josh just said. We open on Holly's place, where Sue Ellen is spying Holly and JR getting it on.
Yeah.
Testing his Tundra torque.
And I do not understand why Sue Ellen didn't. Well, I do understand why. She froze. But I would have loved to see her just take her purse and just throw it at them.
I am shocked that she had the restraint to just turn around. I don't think I would have been able to. I think I would have caused a scene.
It sucks because she really, really believed in JR this time.
I know.
So this is like legit shock.
If I were her, I would have picked up a lamp or something and thrown it across the room at the wall.
Something.
That would have gotten some attention.
There's something
Instead,
right on his head. His stupid head.
Which head? Oh!
Touche.
And Holly says something about like how lucky Sue Ellen is, and he's like, kind of like, why you want to spoil the mood? And she's like, well, as a fact, you are married. And he's like, well, let's not ruin this by, talking about it. And what she doesn't know won't hurt her. I'm like, you just fucked around. You're about to find out.
And now that she did what she set out to do, she's leaving town for a few days.
Yeah, she's like, I gotta just go. So I'll be back.
I gotta go hide while this plays out.
I'm just gonna go chill out while whatever is gonna happen happens. Okay.
I'm gonna go out on my boat.
She's like, I'll call you when I get back. Lock can change in a couple of days, and JR's just like, yeah, whatever. And she's like,
he's totally confused. Did you notice that one of his eyes is bloodshot in this scene? It's like, what is going on?
Maybe Sue Ellen did throw the purse at him.
maybe. Alternate take.
In one of the outtakes. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. So then we have a really short scene of Sue Ellen driving and crying.
And then we have another short scene of dinner breaking up at Southfork and Lil and Ellie having a little chat.
Oh my God, Aunt Lil. She's just Aunt Lilling all over the place. I can't believe what a nice dinner that was.
Oh my God.
Raymond.
There were forks and everything. Napkins.
And then she's
real
like,
plates, not paper plates.
And then she just like goes into this whole thing about, Raymond told me that you are just fine when we're just fine to him.
Maybe not the time to bring that up.
Yeah,
Lil.
when you found out that that he was Jock's son, your husband's son, is what she said. And Miss Ellie's like, well, what was she gonna say?
I was like, right. What was I gonna do?
But she was like, well, I've always thought of him as one of my own.
Except when I was pissed at him and Jock and everybody at the beginning of that whole situation. And
no, she definitely thought of him as one of her own. That's why she was so mad.
Yeah.
She expected better.
Of Ray?
That's my personal opinion.
Huh. But Ray didn't do anything. It wasn't Ray's fault.
No. But, the whole siding with Jock thing and...
I am Takapa.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. There's that. That's right. That was going on as well. Yeah.
And then Ray offered... And then Ray brought them together with that Ray and Donna at their house. They both showed up at the same time and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah. Oh,
he made his
Donna,
little speech.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So, once again, Lil just doesn't really, I feel like she's not good socially. She can't read the room.
No, she can't.
So I take it Emporia, Kansas breeds socially awkward people then.
No.
I don't know. It's supposed to be this super small podunk town. I don't think it is, though. I don't know from what I've heard.
Yeah. Don't piss off the people in Kansas.
No, they might drop a house on you. Start a tornado.
And so then we got to the dog too. We got to the bar, and Sue Ellen she heads straight for this bar in her fancy fur coat and just plops down.
And
she stares, and the waiter's like, "Ma'am, can I help you?" And finally, she's like, "Vodka, please, on the rocks."
Dramatic pause as she vodka.
As she stares at the vodka, like, should I do it? Should I do it? Fuck it, and then she does it.
And the way Linda takes that drink, and when she does the drunk, it is an art. Just watching her.
She's really good this episode. Really good. The nuance that she puts into her performance, I think, because I think it's really easy to overdo drunk, which sometimes she's done. Yeah. And I feel in this episode, she's really good.
Yeah, I really liked her in this episode. She wasn't like an obnoxious drunk. She was kind of like, oh my God, like that she's gone. Like,
and
season 6 Sue Ellen is so much different from season 1 to drunk Sue Ellen.
For sure.
And the way she clutches the glass like it's her only possession in the world.
Her only
it's her
friend
lifeline
at this point, you know?
Right. And I think of George Thorogood, I drink alone. Right. Poor Sue Ellen.
Poor Sue Ellen.
Swelling.
But it's 9 p.m. at Southfork, and although Lil thinks, oh my gosh, we should all be going straight to bed, Mickey and Lucy are like, yeah, we're going dancing. So, bye.
Like, see ya. We're leaving.
Yeah,
we're dancing because we're young. And we got lives to live.
We got to go dance. And then everybody else thinks this is funny for some reason. But then the phone rings. Teresa answers it. And it's Pam from France.
She's not happy with Bobby in this. No, she's... I'm flying back. I'm coming straight to Southfork. You be there with Christopher.
And he's
What's going on with you?
He's like, what is happening? Okay.
This is the part I didn't get. I didn't think that the call with Afton was high quality at all. I thought she didn't hear her, or did I totally miss that part?
She seemed to not even understand what she was saying. And Afton didn't even say that much. She's just kind of like, I'm worried that something might be happening.
Or was she like just trying to play dumb and like, that was my other thought. I was like, was she trying to play dumb? Like, oh, I can't hear you. What?
Maybe. Yeah, I didn't think of that. I don't know. But girl has her panties in a twist.
Because she's getting
mad out of nowhere.
This is totally like she is taking the guilt she's feeling and just throwing it.
Yep.
Take it. I totally wasn't about to sleep with Mark. Not at all. Or Porn Stash, sorry. I wasn't going to sleep with Porn Stash. Now I'm worried that my husband and my sister are going to get it on. Like, okay.
You are deflecting your guilt.
Oh, 100%.
Big
deflecting,
time.
That's the right word.
Deflecting.
Yeah.
And we don't see Porn Stash in this episode, just as a side note.
Don't.
So we don't get to cue up that music tonight.
Yeah. Well, yeah. We have much more porn music to come. But she says, I'm going to be there in the morning and I'm going to come to Southfork and we're going to talk. And Bobby's like, okay, cool. We'll be here.
So basically she's getting on a plane like right the fuck now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Even though she's still calling from her hotel room.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't.
Fine. Yeah.
There's a plane waiting outside the hotel for her.
Basically. Catching a plane back to the States. Yeah.
It's porn.
And they had a lot more planes, I feel like, back then. Well, a lot more flights. They had a hell of a lot more. They had more airlines.
Right. Well, because oil and gas was cheaper. So, they could fly with a half full plane and it wasn't a big deal.
And it makes me think of yesterday I heard on the radio, they said their gas prices are going to be going up for the summer because we are unveiling our summer blend. Like they're talking about friggin' coffee or something.
It's the artisanal blend for summer of gasoline.
Summer blend with a hint of coconut in it.
A little bit of lavender.
A touch of mango. Just to give you that nice.
All right.
To give you that nice scent to the gas fumes that you're breathing in.
Yeah. Whatever.
Back to Sue Ellen getting blitzed.
Yeah. She has $50 on the bar, which I am guessing is a lot for vodka in 1983. Like
I I don't know about anyone, but when Lucy and Mickey said they were going out dancing, and then we come back to Sue Ellen, I half expected, because I haven't seen this in a while, half expected like Lucy and Mickey to walk into where Sue Ellen was getting wasted for some reason. I just thought crossed my mind for a split moment.
That would have been good, but no, alas.
No, alas, poor Yurik.
So she's drinking a lot. She just keeps asking for another one. And the bartender's like, are you sure? Because you've had a lot. And she's like, of course I'm sure.
And then she goes to the payphone and calls somewhere asking for 712. I don't know. I didn't know at the time what that was.
I did not either. I was like, what? I was confused.
Was it a code? I'm thinking. Yeah. It's like 712. That means I need more vodka.
Which she tries to go get, but the bartender has gotten the manager to intervene. And, Avery. Sue Ellen just starts hitting on as soon as he's like, maybe you've had enough to drink. And she's like, no, Avery.
No, I need more in my glass. And
I need more.
Just her, again, back to her performance in this episode I think she's had time between the first round of her drinking episodes and now to, like you said, to develop those nuances in her performance, because she has had more time to study drunks.
Yeah.
So I can get you a cab home, and she says, I'm not going home. I don't know where I'm going. That was sad.
It was. She didn't really think she had a place to go. But also, Sue Ellen, you have money. You could go get a hotel room.
Right.
That's fine.
But we learned later in the episode that she sold her townhouse.
No, she doesn't. But yeah.
No, she
ends up being alone for most of the night anyway.
Yeah. She knows she just doesn't want to go back to Southfork.
Right.
Then she can't wander aimlessly at one point anymore.
She can't wander aimlessly. She just got rid of that townhouse. Dang it.
Yeah, which I had completely forgot about until she mentions that she sold it in this episode, right when she married JR again.
Did she mention that in this episode? Oh,
yes, I wrote that down.
So JR comes home to Southfork just as Clayton is leaving after dinner. And they have their usual snippy banter.
Well, it was a pleasant evening until now.
Yeah.
I love how Clayton just throws it right in.
I was like, I just don't have time for you.
Yeah, you're just a squirmy little bug under the bottom of my shoe.
And JR's just like, well, where's Sue Ellen? And Bobby's like, why would I know? All I know is she had a meeting at Holly Harwood's. And JR almost drops his glass.
Like, whoa. What?
She totally wasn't there because I was there because, I had a meeting because of this really important thing. And she wasn't there. So she must not have gone there. And Bobby's like, I have no idea, man. It's just what she said.
We were going over some details from our Cuba deal. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which he makes no secret of anymore because it's out in the open now that he has had dealings with Cuba.
And then we find out that when Mickey and Lucy said they were going dancing, they meant horizontal dancing in the motel.
They were setting the quilt to quiver. That didn't take them long to, and he doesn't. He wants to do better by her and not have to go back to a cheap motel and stuff like that. And it's just, but she doesn't want him to be noble.
Yeah, she's like, please don't be noble.
I think he worries too much.
I like how she said he's grumpy and raspy on the outside and a butter heart on the inside.
Butter heart. I get that. That's totally my type too. So, Lucy, I see you, girl. I see you.
I see you and I raise you 20. No.
And I raise you another red flag.
Well, Clayton gets a red flag when he gets back to his hotel room.
Yeah. So he goes to pour himself a drink and he like the vodka's all gone. He's like, oh, that's weird.
Well, what's going on here? I didn't finish the vodka, did I? No, I couldn't have.
He pours himself some whiskey and then walks into his bedroom to see a pantless, passed out Sue Ellen in his bed.
Wearing one of his shirts.
Like, I have a feeling that's all she's wearing is just one of his shirts.
Yeah.
Hey now.
And
she
our friend Clayton doesn't know what to do.
Right. Of course, on, I don't know if it was in the original episode, but when it originally aired, but on Amazon Prime, it cut to commercial at that point.
I did it.
Give us a little pause, and then it picks up right where it left off.
What's he going to do?
It lets us think about it, too.
Well, oh, yeah. We're all thinking about it.
Well, he's probably like, oh, fuck.
Right. He's like, how many times did I think of this exact scenario in my head, and now it's here, and now this is bad timing?
Why couldn't this have happened when I had the engagement ring?
Right. Why couldn't this have happened when she was at my place and before I got to know Ellie? And yeah.
Damn it.
But he's so honorable. Like
He is. He's a good guy. He's a gentleman.
Right. Although when he wakes her up, she starts oh boy.
Making out with him.
She's
like,
all over Clayton. All over him.
He's like, oh, I'm not going to do it. Nope.
She wanted the Farlow torque.
Yeah. And drunk Sue Ellen, is super bold and honest. And she's like, I know you've always wanted me. And now I want you back. So let's do it.
Let's do it right here.
Like,
nobody will know.
Nope.
That's kind of mean, honestly.
Dangling the fruits.
She's not exactly the nicest person, period, but even worse when she's been drinking.
Yes. Yeah, that's just...
And he's not having any of it anyway. He's just like, all right, no, Sue Ellen, we got to sober you up. Like, come on, go lay down. And she's like, I don't want to, like, almost like a little child.
Little kid.
But you want me, Clayton. You want me.
He does, but then he also doesn't at this point.
He's like, not like this, not now.
Yeah, not this.
Yeah,
before I saw your darker side.
The mood has passed.
Yeah. Too late.
This is the first time he's seen her shit-faced.
Yeah.
Oh, shit, it is, isn't it?
He knew of her drinking, but he had never witnessed it. So he's probably like doubly fuck. Like,
yeah, he's just thrown for a loop. That's the last thing that he expected.
Yeah, so this is what they were all talking about. This is what she talked about. Okay.
Yeah.
This is okay. Yeah.
Yeah. And I just put in my notes, this is cringe.
And super cringe. Yeah. Agree.
Did we all need to wash after this?
Yeah. Oh.
It just felt dirty.
I feel dirty, but it just I felt bad for everyone involved.
It very much reeked of revenge. She didn't want Clayton. She just wanted to get back at JR.
She wanted to get back at JR, and she wanted to feel good about herself.
That too.
True. And we are going to join Sue Ellen drinking because Pam speeds up the Southfork driveway.
Oh my God. Pam breaks into Southfork in the morning in the Southfork kitchen like a bat out of hell. With her little pinched, angry Pam face.
She does have a pinched, angry Pam face.
She does.
So funny.
She is. She be pissed.
You can tell she's been fuming the entire plane ride home. Like, she didn't even sleep on the plane. She just sat there like,
Probably.
Afton interrupted me from getting Pornstash's danger noodle, and I'm pissed.
I'm not going to feel guilty about that because I'm going to be mad about this. Okay, Pam. Okay.
Yeah.
Deflection.
And it's basically like, Bobby, what's this I hear about Katherine? And he's
what is
like,
Katherine to you? What is
like,
Katherine
what?
to you?
Oh, I'm sorry that I didn't have it exactly right. I'm paraphrasing.
I know, but I'm just getting
You're
into
being
character.
you. I get it.
Getting into
Anyway.
character. Yeah.
You're not an actor, but okay.
We all are.
Sorry,
I got distracted.
So-
Where were we?
Yeah.
Josh and I were too busy roasting each other.
Yeah. She wants to know why Christopher is at Southfork. And Bobby's like, because I thought maybe it would be better for him to be with his father instead of with a random nurse in a hotel room when you take off with another dude. I don't know. Call me crazy.
And Pam's
That's
like,
not for you to decide.
That's not
No.
the point, Bobby. She's like, but what about Katherine? Like, he's like, she's probably like the best friend I have right now. So,
yeah. He's like, I haven't seen you in a week. And like, you come in here just yelling at me like, what is your deal? And
not to mention, they just like had sex before she left for Europe with Mark Grayson and almost had sex with him.
Mm-hmm.
And now she comes back all like pissed. What about
it's
Katherine?
like-
And he's like,
she does not have one leg to stand on in this entire scene.
no, and she knows her argument is bullshit, but she's still going to be mad about it anyway.
Yeah.
And it's like Daggers because he says Katherine's everything that you aren't right now. It's like, whoa.
Yeah, but it's true, kind of, because
Oh, it is true.
yeah, and
Is Pornstash?
he says she's everything you're not, but she's about the best friend I've ever had. And can you say the same thing about Mark Grayson?
Oh,
Pornstash.
burn.
Because yeah, she's totally right. She's just like, I don't know, and he's like, right, okay then. So, fuck, man.
Well, why don't you take Christopher back to the hotel and we'll talk sometime. Oh,
Yeah, she just cries. And leaves.
Okay. Like,
Okay.
fine.
All right. Bobby's just like,
Oh.
I have no idea what's happening, but all right, take the kid, go, I guess.
No, Pam.
Oh, Pam. Crazy-eyed Pam again. Pinched crazy-eyed Pam.
She was getting moist and she got interrupted by Afton.
Yeah. Yep. So we got to a very hungover Sue Ellen.
Drinking
she's
water.
parched.
Good.
Yeah, she's
Good.
drinking all the water. She's so dehydrated. Like, girl, I feel that. I feel it.
You need to order
And-
yourself up some food right now. Some greasy food.
Moon
Some
over
little
Miami.
spinach, maybe too, for the
A
iron.
little moon over Miami.
They didn't have liquid IV back then, but maybe some Gatorade.
Can I send you from the future some liquid IV?
Yeah.
Is there?
Worst case scenario, drink pickle juice. Learned that recently. Pickle juice.
Oh, God.
Oh.
The very shit that puts us under with whiskey.
True, but pickle juice it just does the same thing as like liquid IV does. It replenishes all the things. I really like pickle juice. So
They had pickle jelly beans at Easter.
sodium. And sugar too, I think.
Is there a Denny's nearby so she can get the moon over Miami?
It's my hammy. That's the joke. Moon's over my hammy.
my hammy.
It's a pun.
It's their pun on their menu.
It's not very punny.
You need to go to the penitentiary.
Isn't it? Is the gravy? I'm just off topic. Is the gravy onions and cheese smothered and covered? Is that what it's called?
I don't know.
It's if you've never had smothered and covered or covered and smothered hash browns at Denny's.
I haven't, because I don't usually get potatoes places.
Oh, that's right.
Game changer.
Yeah.
I would try it though.
But I don't like the runny yolk eggs. I like omelets or scrambled eggs.
I like runny yolk eggs. They're good. Soak them up with your toast.
No, yeah.
Yes, avocado toast.
Oh, I hate avocados.
And then you pour.
God.
Also, you do an egg over easy over like those Korean barbecue bowls.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So good.
Yeah.
So good.
Or just on your ramen.
Oh, I cringe at runny egg yolks. Ugh. Yuck.
They grow on you over time, I think.
No, I tried and it just didn't happen.
So Ellen gets up and she walks over, and Clayton is sleeping on the couch, like the gentleman that he is.
That's right. Having dreams of his days in Kismet.
So then he's like, he asks her what happened. She tells him the whole story. And he's like, all right, well, let's, get you set up. Let's get you your own room. Movie, put some pants on, move you. And she's like, no, I don't want to be alone.
And that's where we learn that she had sold the townhouse when she remarried JR, because he said, well, wait, what about your townhouse? You could go there. And she said, no, I sold that as soon as JR.
Sold it off screen.
That's right. Probably is the same broker that took Pam's exercise studio that we have not seen.
Right. All the off-screen things. Called the off-screen broker. So we got to Bobby in the office, and he picks up the paper, and it shows that Walt Driscoll has disappeared after jumping bail on the day of his trial.
And I should note a little trivia.
Just like Robert Durst, nothing to see here.
When he walks, when Bobby comes in, it's not Kendall, it's Doris that is sitting in Kendall's station.
I had to rewind. I was
Who
like,
the fuck is Doris?
And
who's Doris?
A little trivia here for anyone that has watched Falcon Crest is Doris here was played by Dolores Cantu, who originated the role of Melissa Agretti on Falcon Crest in one episode, and then was later replaced by Anna Alicia because they wanted to age the character.
Interesting.
But that is Doris. So maybe Denon was not available. Maybe she was ill. Whatever reason. Doris is there.
Yep. So then Bobby's in his office, and Mrs. Ewing calls, and he's like, Pam? No, Swellen.
Swellen. And she's not returning home. She's staying with friends.
She won't be back for a while, and she's really sorry for scaring anyone, but, she's safe. She's good.
Right.
Yeah, and she doesn't even really tell Bobby what happens, but Bobby just knows.
Of course he does.
Based on their conversation when Sue Ellen was leaving in that fur coat outside at Southfork.
I mean, he's known her for 13, 14 years or something at this point.
She's basically like, well, I had my worst fears confirmed. He is fucking around on me again. And she doesn't even have to come out and say it. He just knows. He knows. He knows because they both know JR.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And I bet Bobby also remembers how hard Holly was pursuing him.
Oh,
right.
I was kind of like, this is weird.
Yeah.
I'm sure. He's like, feel bad for Sue Ellen, but this is weird. Like, what is going on? Something's not right.
And then he wants Phyllis to let him know when JR is in and get Mama at the ranch. Which we don't ever...
JR, you done fucked up.
We don't ever hear the conversation between Bobby and Ellie because it's just implied.
And then JR walks in, so Bobby just goes into his office and tells him about Walt and Sue Ellen.
Yeah. And JR thinks that Bobby is lying about Sue Ellen to rattle him.
Right. He doesn't believe it for some reason. I'm like, okay.
Okay, well, you'll...
He thinks he has that Sue Ellen thing totally under wraps, like under control. He's not even worried about it, which is the problem.
He's like, well, I was discreet. Nobody could have seen me. Nobody knows where I was last night at 9 o'clock. Nope. Nothing to see here.
Yeah, no.
Everybody go back to your homes. Move along. Move along.
JR's probably like sitting there like in his mind going, okay, somebody's punking me. Which time is he talking about? Like, he has no idea. Like, you're lying. You have to be lying.
Yes.
But he knows he's been caught.
But as we cut...
He's just going to deny it
now
though.
that he's been caught? I don't think he knows yet. I think he's still in denial that he's been caught.
Possibly in denial, but I mean, he's not going to fess up to Bobby.
Oh, no. He's going to
No, he doesn't
deny it to everyone at this point.
Right, because he doesn't...
Yeah, and that's the thing. You know, he knows exactly where he was, and he's just going to try to deny it until other people are... What his goal is, other people around him will start to believe him.
He's going to gaslight everyone because that's what he does.
That's what he does best.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But he's a little rattled to learn that Walt has disappeared at... Because Bobby said, well, he's either gone to Cuba or maybe he's going to the Justice Department, and there may not be a Ewing oil.
Ooh.
Right. Dun.
I don't know if Walt has the brains or the balls, honestly. He acted like Mr. Tough Guy, but he's really just like, he's weak.
For a hot second.
Yeah, for a hot second. And then he was like, oh no, please don't send me to jail.
And he turns as quickly as it took McSween to like sucker punch him and knock him down. That's how quickly he turns from tough guy to...
And then we cut to Thornton McLeish coming over to Cliff and Afton's place for breakfast, a home-cooked breakfast by Afton. Because, according to Cliff, she's a good little cook. And I just don't like this. I don't like your tone, Cliff.
I mean, put a ring on it. She's your wife, pretty much.
Yeah.
Dude.
Yeah. And you're making her do all the things that she's like, okay, I'll do it, but this isn't my thing. Ugh. But she does it. She makes eggs Benedict even. Like, it's super fancy.
And just in the last episode, he was pissed at her about calling Pam. That was the last we had seen of them together. She was pissed at him for calling Pam, and she said all he cares about is himself because he was concerned about the deal. The deal.
Yeah.
And now she's cooking eggs.
Yeah, because he was. Of course, because she's trying to save the relationship. It's Afton. She actually loves Cliff, and she's she knows that there's a good Cliff in there. She's trying to bring it out, and she's like, all right, I'm going to keep trying. God love you, Afton. I don't know how she has the patience.
Eventually, he's going to push her too far at some point.
Yeah, eventually. So they're just about to sit down to eat, and Cliff immediately starts out with with talking about business, and Afton's like, you know what? Maybe wait till after you eat. And Cliff's like, no. He's gonna love this.
I have access to the Tundra Torque, so why don't you bring that deal to me? And we can test it. I even have a check in my pocket here for what?
He's like, because I'm totally not going to let Bobby use it.
$2 million.
So you're not going to be able to use it if you're with him. Dissolve it. Get with me. Here's $2 million. And we'll play.
And I will pay you in Chinese food.
Yes. Yeah. And you get some cookies afterwards. But Thornton's like, okay, this is awkward because it's really not that easy. Like, I'd like to, but we're Canadian. We're nice. And like, we began this deal with Bobby in good faith. And like, unless he says he wants out of the deal, like we're going to stick with him because we're just good people.
We're doing it in good faith, right, Terrence? Yes, that's right, Philip. Ah.
Cliff is pissed.
Yeah, he's going to gag on those eggs at this point.
He has angry face, angry eyes. He's bringing out the Pam angry pointy face.
Since he has that, and Pam and Katherine, it must be inherited from Rebecca's side of the family.
It must be. Oh, it's totally in back. Yeah, I can see Rebecca having pointy angry face.
Right.
Pointy angry face.
And speaking of pointy angry face,
it's funny because it's Priscilla Pointer. Pointing angry face. But
ladies and gentlemen, the alcohol is hitting at this point.
So then Katherine goes to Pam's hotel room, and she's like, "So you sounded kind of mad on the phone. What's going on?"
And she wants to know what's going on with Bobby.
Katherine's literally like, I nothing. Like, we're hanging out because I'm trying to be his friend.
He's family. I'm trying to help him with this Tundra Torque and blah, 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 blah.
Like, I really have a lot of investment with his Tundra Torque. And it means a lot to me. I'd like to see more of it.
And she'd like to ride his Tundra Torque?
And Pam is just like, why do you care? Why would? And she's like, he's my brother-in-law. I really care about him.
It's family, Pam. That's all there is to it.
Right.
And naive little Pam just gobbles all that up.
And she just immediately feels guilty. The guilt is just coming back, and she's just like, oh, okay. And then she's like, well, you're going to have to like deal with all of this soon. Cause she's like, it's going to be your choice because I want to give the Tundra Torque to Bobby. I so want to give the Tundra Torque to Bobby. And Cliff doesn't. So you have to decide. You're going to be the deciding factor. And Pam's like, I can't handle this. She's like, wait, girl, you're going to have to start handling something soon because you have to make choices that are going to affect all of our lives.
All of our lives. So dramatic.
No pressure.
She cannot handle pressure. Bum, 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 bum.
And then Sue Ellen has not touched her breakfast because she's feeling a little barfy.
Oh, gee.
She's afraid.
I wonder why.
She's afraid to sleep because she will see it all in her head.
Yeah, she will.
Oh, yeah.
She will.
Holly going down
over and over again.
Holly going on down on JR's Torque.
And Clayton suggests that she just like talk to JR, like sit down, like be an adult, talk to him about it. And she's like, why? So he can explain things to me and totally like gaslight me about the whole situation? No, thanks.
Not going to happen.
And I know you guys didn't watch Mad Men, but it's at this point that I really see how JR was a little bit of an inspiration for Don Draper on Mad Men, because this is totally a thing. With Betty Draper.
Oh, yeah. Definitely.
And Clayton makes a...
Did you watch Mad Men?
Yes, like one run through.
Okay.
Yeah, a long time ago. I need to rewatch it.
I did too. I only watched it when it was on originally, but I loved it.
I feel like they may have done some interviews back in the day where they were asking Dallas cast members about Mad Men too.
Really? Oh.
I did. I swear I remember something like that. Yeah,
I'll have to see that if we can find it.
When the reboot came back, and when they were kind of like, what are you guys like watching on TV now?
Mm-hmm.
And of course, 6 Degrees of Separation. Rita Briggs is married to John Slattery. Tell you both?
For sure. Yep. And
crazy.
She's his wife on Mad Men.
Oh.
His first wife, anyway.
Right.
Spoiler alert.
And I still periodically talk to their son through social media because he was a camper of mine in New Hampshire.
Yeah, that's cool.
They used to show up to drop him off at camp. They would not send him on a bus or with other people. They showed up as actual normal parents and dropped them off and came to the family thing on the last day and everything like that. And good people.
I feel like a lot of celebrities are actually like that. Like their hands-on parents.
Well, this makes me think of when we were interviewing Lee McCloskey, and he was saying that he thinks a lot of times when you are a celebrity, a lot of times like almost your world gets smaller. So like it's your family. You just become a really small unit with each other. And I think that's probably true.
I remember him talking about that now. Yeah. That jogged my memory.
I was saying Clayton makes a fatal mistake here. He leaves her alone in the room, and the booze is over there on the table.
Right. He's like, so you're I'm gonna leave. I have to go out for a while. You're not gonna drink. She's like, of course I'm not gonna drink. Only coffee. And he's like, okay.
Irish coffee.
Only coffee. So then JR is eating at the Cattleman's Club, and Cliff comes in.
Cool. Oh.
He tries to gloat to JR about being the reason that JR is going to win the thing, and JR's like, "What are you talking about, Barnes?"
He's like,
"Oh yeah."
It's like he wants him to win so that he can have the pleasure of squishing JR like a bug. Like what?
Yeah. And JR's like,
what are you, delusional, Barnes?
Like he can't even process like what Cliff is thinking. He's like, what? Like, I used to just think you were stupid. And now I realize that like not only are you stupid, but you actually think that you can compete with me. So keep doing what you're doing. Make sure Bobby doesn't get the Tundra torque. And then when you feel like coming after me, I'm here.
I'm here, and you will be the bug, and I will be the windshield.
And Cliff just doesn't even get it. God love him.
You gotta love Ken Kercheval and how he just keeps coming back for more,
I know. Oh, God. Cliff.
It's like Wile E. Coyote. He just keeps getting blown up and destroyed, and he's coming back for that Roadrunner.
Just comes back smiling.
I got this thing when I was little. It was, I think my mother got it for me when I was visiting her in Florida. It was a T-shirt, and it had Wile E. Coyote on it, and he had finally caught the Roadrunner, and he's wringing his neck, and he's like, "Yeah, beep beep your ass." It was the first one of the earlier times I had heard the word ass, so I was giggling. So
yeah, so that's kind of a controversial T-shirt there.
So my mother got it for me.
Nice. So Clayton comes back to the hotel room, and so Sue Ellen is so drunk. So drunk.
And
she drank, it looks like almost an entire bottle of vodka.
This is not good.
I did an entire bottle of whiskey in an hour one night. Actually, it was the night of they showed JR's funeral on 2015.
Still not good. Like, she was already hungover from the night before, and now she's drinking an entire, like, ginormous bottle of whiskey or vodka.
Day drinking.
And he said, "Swollen, you promised me that you weren't going to drink." And she's like, "I totally did say that, but here's the thing is I lied." And I thought that was really funny.
I lied.
But I lied.
And I still want you in your Farlow torque.
Everybody lies, Clayton, except you, because you're such a good man.
But she still wants his Farlow torque.
Yeah, she tries to make out with him again. And he's like, "Oh my God, again." And then there's a knock on the door. And
this reminds me of Naked Gun.
Dun, dun, dun.
Clayton, it's Ellie.
And he's just like, "Oh, fuck." Shit.
On a shit.
And I'm like, "Well, okay, I just got it." So he leaves her, puts her on the couch, answers the door, and he's like, "Hey, what's up?
Am I early?"
What kind of a situation here? Yeah.
Sue Ellen.
And she's, she's like, you're here. And so I told Bobby. He's just like, yeah, he said you were with a friend. I didn't realize it was Clayton, though. And Clayton's just like,
she's like, Miss Ellie, he's the only man that's ever loved me.
I never should have been married to you.
Miss Ellie's like,
Ellie's just cool story, bro, but
yeah. I think we need to like sober you up and get you home. And she's like, I don't want to go home.
You're going home.
Yeah, and Ellie has no patience. She just
she's like, nah.
Swelling, you're fucking going home.
That's right. And she's a little irritated that Clayton didn't call her. She wished she had never seen any of this.
Yeah. Clayton's like, I didn't know what to do. This is a weird situation. I didn't want to bother you. And she's just like, whatever. I just wish I hadn't seen.
Things ain't going too good at Southfork.
I'm not even supposed to be here today, you know?
Things ain't going too good at Southfork.
They're not going to get a Southfork.
Or in room 712, for that matter.
Uh-huh.
And
so Pam continues her pissed off parade. And she goes to Cliff.
At first, Cliff is gloating to Afton about running into JR.
That's true. He is.
You always have to take advantage of mentioning those moments where Cliff tries to gloat because he's
so proud of himself.
It's Ken Kercheval at his, I'd say one of his finer moments of.
Yeah, he's like, and then I told him, and you can just see like everybody else is like, oh, I don't think that's as good as you think it is. But okay.
And Pam comes in, she'd be pissed. She'd be riding that broomstick all over Dallas right now.
Afton, what was that with that phone call? And Afton's like, okay, cool, you came home and you don't agree with me? And she's like, no, you were wrong. And Afton's like, okay, then you obviously are being just as blind as Cliff is being and Cliff's like, hey.
And I resemble that.
Because it's happening. And maybe Bobby doesn't see it right now, but Katherine totally does. And she's got to make on Bobby and she wants to do him, so beware.
It's happening. All I can think of is cutting to the giant in Twin Peaks. It is happening.
It is happening again.
Okay.
Yes. Ooh, I wish I had that sound clip. And then it all of a sudden hits Cliff like, what? Oh, yeah, that could happen because our sister's really hot. It's just such a weird moment. And Catherine's like, hey, or Pam's like, hey.
What am I, chopped liver? No.
So then, Pam is just like, no, Katherine wouldn't do that to me.
Okay. Sure. Yeah. And I have some oceanfront property in Nevada for you too, Pam.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And then they both explain to Pam that she is going to, because of the situation, she's going to have to decide between Cliff and Bobby, basically.
Right.
And she's just like, shocked look on her face. Like, girl, you should have just stayed in France at this point, because...
You should have just had a taste of the porn stash.
Yeah, you should have stayed with porn. At least you'd have that. But
because now you are... This battle over Jock's will has just ensnared the entire family in how many knots?
And I honestly don't... I'm just going to say, I don't get her situation here. Because she's like, Bobby will never forgive me if I am the reason he loses Ewing oil. Which is true. But then she's like, but he's so different. And if he gets it, that's just going to turn him more. And so, like, either way, like, you are going to lose him. So why don't you just do something nice for him?
Nice for him as a parting gift, and then go back to France and ride your wild stallion.
Yeah. obviously, like, you're done with that situation. So give him one thing and then
Part on good terms.
go with porn stash.
Porn stash. Gotta say it at least once. I'm happy with it all.
Since we don't get to see his porn stash.
Then Ellie and Clayton pull up with Sue Ellen, and he asks if they need any help, and she says, no, we've got it, but he still takes her in the house.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because he's trying to figure out, like, where they're at,
Right.
you know, where they're standing.
In the foyer of Southfork.
She's she's not giving him a whole lot. She's just basically like, yeah, we're fine. We'll be fine. Bye. And then Clayton's like, okay, bye. And she says goodbye like it's the last time. Goodbye.
Frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn.
Okay. Ellie's being a little dramatic.
Oh, she is. She's...
Like, literally nothing has happened, Ellie. Okay.
Right. Nothing has happened except for Sue Ellen falling off the wagon several times over and getting run over.
Right. But nothing like Ellie's making it out to be.
Right.
You know?
Clayton has not cheated on her. He was noble. He slept on the damn couch.
Right. Even though, like, they don't even have, like, a real committed thing right now.
No, they don't.
For one. But he still didn't do anything. He's still like, I like you. I'm choosing you.
I like you. You like me.
Oh, let's not bring the purple monster.
Let's kill Barney with a shot. Bang, boom, Barney on the floor. No more purple dinosaur.
So later that night, Lucy and Mickey are grilling burgers, and it's a really adorable scene of the two of them.
Aren't they adorable together?
They are super adorbs. And they're planning their future, talking about, like, he's like, oh, I could take you away from all of this and take you back to Emporia. And then I could get you a factory job. And she's like, oh my gosh, you would take me away from all of this? It's
Could go
cute.
work in the packing plant and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah. And then they start talking about marriage a little bit, and they're like a little joking around it, tiptoeing.
And before you proceed, we were introduced to that scene with JR peeling through the gates, so you have to take a drink.
Oh, yes. And then the scene where JR walks in from his car. I love this scene where he's super annoyed. He walks in, he's like, hey, Lucy, hey. And then he, like, can't remember Mickey's name. And Mickey's like, Mickey?
Good evening, JR.
Evening, Lucy. Mickey.
Whatever. Walks past. Hey.
What do you want to lay odds that's a Larry ad-lib?
Totally. Yeah. It's so good.
As Michael Priest said, that they would just hand them a blank script and just fill in your lines. No.
Yeah, basically. And Mickey just laughs, and Mickey's just Mickey. He thinks it's hilarious.
He's come a long way, hasn't he?
Yes, and we love Mickey.
Yes. Are we? Are you?
So then
are you shipping them, as they say?
I'm definitely shipping them. Definitely shipping Mickey. I honestly, you know what? I think I'm gonna say that I think that Mickey, and I'm not giving spoilers because I'm not going to mention any of the relationships, but I feel like this was Lucy's best relationship on the show, and probably had the strongest potential to be.
I don't know. I still think she should have had a fling with Muriel.
With Muriel. I mean...
Why not try...
I don't know.
Oh, no. Lucy and Cliff together, that would have been very interesting.
I know. That's what you've said that several times. That's why I thought that's where you're going.
Just to get under JR's skin, having Cliff at Southfork breakfast table every morning.
But again, age difference. Holy shit.
Yes. Lucy, well,
huge.
Let's not forget Lucy was... testing Ray's under torque.
I know, but I'm pretty sure Cliff is older than Ray. So
That doesn't stop Lucy. That's just,
I know.
if he's got a wiener, then it's all good.
Ugh. But Sue Ellen is at the bar in the Ewing living room drinking the vodka like the water it actually is.
You bastard.
Mm-hmm. She confronts him.
Oh, does she ever?
I'm still worried about you, Sue Ellen.
When were you the most worried? Before or after you made love to Holly Harwood?
Sue Ellen, just because you may have seen my car in front of her house doesn't mean anything happened.
Your car? You think this has anything to do with your car?
Well, just because you saw my car, your car? You think this is about your car?
Yeah, she's like, yeah, you're not gonna turn this around. You're not gonna gaslight me. Like, I saw you with my eyes with Holly.
You
and he's
and
like, you
Holly.
couldn't. There's no way. And then she's like, why? Because you didn't see me? Because I totally saw you.
You and Holly.
You're busy.
In bed. Making love to Holly Harwood.
Making love. Okay.
Out of nothing at all. Oh, thank you.
He like he tries to explain his way, and she's just like, nope. And she just runs and grabs his keys and runs
Not
out.
before throwing her vodka in his face.
Oh, that's true. Right. Threw her vodka on him. So good.
And who's at the stairs?
No one light a match.
Who's at the stairs to chastise JR? Mama.
Oh, yeah. Oh, she's so good. Oh, what did she said?
Well, you've destroyed her again. Don't you ever learn?
Well, you've done it to her once again. Don't you ever learn?
And Sue Ellen staggers out the door.
But it's like, thank you, Miss Ellie, but at the same time, what the fuck? Why didn't you speak up years ago?
Right. You were a bit complicit considering she lived in your house.
This is a little too late.
Yeah.
It's giving too little too late right now. So Sue Ellen darts outside.
Slides across the thing like
Mickey
she's on
Lucy,
ice.
Mickey and Lucy are like, what the fuck? Where is she going? And then they start having this commentary, like, off camera. So hey, she's got the keys to the car. Oh no, she's getting in JR's car. Mickey, stop her. She's
sick.
drunk.
She's walking weird. Oh no, she's drunk.
Mickey, stop her. Lucy, why are you making the man do it? You go stop her.
Right.
I like how
Mickey is like noble young man, and he's running the car. He's like, Mrs. Ewing, stop the car, and she's like, no.
She literally just told him not to be noble, and now he's being super noble.
I like how it's so because she kind of slides across in her steps like she's stepping on ice at first, and she's like, woo. And then they're speeding down the drive. She's like, let me alone.
Yeah,
and you can hear her say like, "Don't you touch that key" or something like that, and he's like, "Please, Mrs. Ewing, stop!" And she's like, "No."
Not put on his seatbelt as he gets in the car to
but
stop
she
her.
did.
Let me alone.
But she does.
Yeah.
And I'm honestly wondering if that bruise on her face in the next episode, spoiler, sorry, is hitting her.
Oh, very possibly.
Oh.
And then probably hitting through the windshield.
Yeah.
Because
that's what happens when you don't wear your seatbelt. Sorry.
And you know what? This was the time when they're really starting to get people to wear seatbelts too.
Because as they peel out of Southfork, a car comes out of nowhere and hits them, and they flip end over end.
Straight on.
End straight on.
Yep. Over end, and freeze frame.
And you know what? I'm pretty sure I didn't see any brake lights on that station wagon either.
Yeah.
It all happened so fast, I didn't even think to look for those.
Yeah, I didn't either.
And scene.
And the car it freeze frames on the car, so it's not JR, so we drink twice.
Hello.
Okay. So I give this 4.85 bourbons, which is pretty high for me.
Ooh.
Because I think this is a really good episode. Lots happening. So it's that and Pam's pointy, judgy face.
Oh.
I like it.
Well,
I'm going to give this 4.8. And in my version, in my headcanon, Mickey gets the keys and stops the car.
That would have been so much better.
I know.
I'm going to give it a 4.9 and a JR's flipped over car outside of Southfork. With smoke coming out of it.
Not good. Not good.
Not a good situation.
And a stunt person, you can see like inside moving.
It's not like another person's crash later in the series where you can clearly see that it's a stuffed dummy in the driver's seat.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. Well, it's a bit more fiery.
Yes.
Spicy.
Yeah.
Spicy. All right. So next time we're going to be talking about season 6, episode 27, episode 130 of the series, Penultimate, which is the second to last episode of the season.
Looks like there's a bad fracture of the right leg.
Right now, let's just try to keep this patient alive.
You're not angry at me because of what happened to Sue Ellen. You're mad at me because your deal in Canada is frozen solid. And that means I get Ewing oil.
You're gonna love your daddy when you get to know him. I love him. But I don't think I can ever live with him again.
You drove her back to the bottle, JR. You might as well have put it in her hand.
You sound like a jilted suitor. If you're courting my mother, you come to my house, try to tell me how to live. What the hell's the matter with you?
Whoa.
Ba-ba-bum.
Yes. Go get him, Clayton.
Yes.
Put up those two. I'm in a fighting position.
Yeah. Thank you for joining us tonight. And please join us next time. We will be posting our next record date on twitch.com. So that's twitch.tv/EwingBBQ. I'll also be posting it on ewingbbq.com. You can check out our Facebook group and also check out our Patreon. And, even if you don't have the funds to help support us right now, just become a free member and follow us. And then you'll have updates on everything. And
if you do have some spare cash, go buy some nice merchandise, T-shirts, things like that.
We do have some merch.
TeePublic. Here we go.
That is in your show notes. That I believe it's tpublic.com/EwingBBQ, but it's also in your show notes, and we have so many different things.
I gotta say, keep checking out TeePublic. Every now and then they run a sale.
$16
t-shirts, and the t-shirts are so soft.
They are. They're really high quality, and the stickers are really cool too.
That's
what we've been selling a lot of lately is stickers for some reason.
I have the original
Stickers are
logo
awesome.
T-shirt, but I may end up at some point getting one of the new logo ones. I know I did gift one to Omri Katz, who actually has one. And amidst all of his Merry Danksters T-shirts, there is a Ewing Barbecue Podcast shirt. So
I'm sure he uses it to mow the lawn.
And if I did notice, one other note, last weekend was the Yellow Rose Gala fundraiser that Sherry Wilson is involved in, and she said it went amazingly well. And thanks everyone that attended for their patronage and their support of the cause to raise funds to fight MS. And she looks forward to the next one, whenever that is.
Awesome.
And I also noticed Omri Katz at New Jersey HorrorCon. He now has a porn stash.
He has a porn stash? Oh, man.
Yeah.
Oh, man. I feel like the porn stashes are a thing right now again. I don't know why. But I feel like there's this like early 80s vibe and style that's happening right now. That's interesting.
John Ross is
I thought we were in the 90s with that stuff. Not.
That, I mean, kind of. I mean, it's kind of all over the place, but hair, most definitely. Like, have you seen the mullets? Mullets are a thing.
God.
The mullets are a thing. And actually, like, I mean, even I have a hair that I could easily feather this hair that I got. So
you could.
I could. And I might do that at some point because that'd be amazing. Maybe when we have our next oil barons.
That could be your season 7 hairstyle.
Oh my God. Yeah.
But
yes,
make sure that you clear it with the producers first before you do.
Right. Yeah, I don't want to piss anyone off. Yeah.
No.
Okay. So we will see you next time. Bye.
Y'all come back now, you hear?
Don't you ever learn? I never learn.